Yes, boss. See the topic, man. Living in delusion is a dangerous thing, right? If you never heard of that before, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bust it down for you, bro. Now, here's the thing about it, right? When you're a person who's delusional, you choose not to live in reality. So, 2 plus 2 isn't 4 for you. It's like whatever it is you want it to be. You get what I'm saying? It's like you set the rules. What you say goes. Your thought process is the one that matters above all, right? So what you need to understand is that when you're delusional, as I stated, you're choosing not to live in real reality. And if you don't live in reality and you choose to do things it is that you do or you want or you feel like is the best way, it's going to cause you not only to lose in life, but it's going to set you back in a horrible way. And I'm going to explain something to you. Living in delusion is something that's very common for people who either they've been babied or they have a false ideology. Somebody like added on to their delusion. It's very common nowadays that there's a lot of people who live in delusion. It's very common as well. There's a lot of women who like to live in delusion. Men as well too. But you have to understand that when you live in delusion and you choose to get away from reality, you're building your mind, your thought process, your everything around to this delusional thought process that you have. And I'm going to tell you one right now, just as an example, that's catching a lot of people by storm, right? There are some people who've been taught certain things from young and it never panned out the way that they expected. It might have worked out for them in their younger years, but it's not working out so much now. Example, there's a lot of women who hear, like, you hold the power, you're the prize. If a man wants you, he needs to go after you and show what it is that he has to offer. You get what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest pieces of malarkey ever told, bro. I'm not saying women can't be prizes. Both sides can be the prize, but I'm going to teach you this, whether you're a man, you're a woman. I learn, I study money, I got OGs, I got people who teach me this, and this is very true. If you're a man, listen closely to me, dog. When women say, oh, I'm strong and independent and stuff like that, here's the lie between all of that, right? Women, and this is truth, bruh. Ask anybody you want to. This how I know I'm suave with it. Women were not made or built or designed to work forever, dog. Men, we don't mind doing that stuff. If you're really a man, you don't mind working. You don't mind going in and clocking it in and getting it in and holding it down. That's something a man does. A woman isn't built to be like that. A woman is supposed to be what they call it nowadays in the soft girl era and all of that. Handling the little basic stuff. You're not supposed to be out here blood, sweat, and tears clocking in and overtiming it. I'm not saying women can't do that. I never said they can't. But what I'm saying is, in a woman's nature, they were not meant to work forever. So whenever you hear a woman tell you about, oh, I'm a boss chick, and I need a man, this, that, and the third, she's telling you the standards of what it is that she wants. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that that's real reality. Just like example, let's say you're a good boy. This is something I used to hear a lot when I was younger. When women say, oh, I wouldn't do this with you, and you're a good boy, and this, that, and the third. They make the rules for good guys and they break them for the bad guys. I'll say that again. Women will make rules for good guys and break them for who? The bad guys. You get what I'm saying? Choosing not to live in real reality. It's some good advice on some, well, I can't do this. I can't have sex now. I got to get a chance to know you. They'll play that game with the good guy. But when it comes to the bad boy, that shit goes out the window. I'll bust it open for you the first night. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying about this whole delusional shit. Pay attention to women that you see got hella kids and they're like, oh, so you don't date women with kids and you don't have kids? Like, no, why would I do that? And then you have some that are combative. I've seen this multiple times. I've been in this multiple times. Bro, why would somebody who has their upright freedom, dog, no kids, work so hard in their whole life and attain everything it is that they've gotten just to become a stepfather or go take care of some next nigga's kids? I'm not saying, you can't do that, bro. But if you know you done been through the fire in life, you already got kids, bro, I already did this, that, and the third. Why in the hell would you put yourself back in the fire or the flame just to go help out a woman, dog? I'm not saying you can't do certain things, but think of it like this, bro. Women hit their prime years way before a man will hit their prime years, dog. So in their prime years, they lived and did the stuff it is that they did. And those decisions, they have to live with that. Why would you be Captain Save-A-Ho and go save a female who probably would have never turned around and pissed in your direction in the first place? You get what I'm saying? That's why I said there are some people who live in delusion. And that's why I said it's very important for people to understand this. When women raise kids, dog, and there's kids who have these delusional ass mindset. Oh, I want to do this and I want to do that. Bro, they're being raised by a woman, so they have a woman's thought process instead of being raised in reality by a man who's raised in what? Logics. You get what I'm saying? That's why just one simple example as to why, yo, if you choose to be delusional, you're going to lose from it. You get what I'm saying? I know females who are playing this game now. Some in my family. Some that I've known for years. And guess what? Life ain't panning out the way that they want it to. Because why? You lived in delusion, dog. That's why I said living in delusion is dangerous. Living in delusion also is choosing to neglect the actual truths and let me overlook that for something it is that I want to look at, bro. So example, let's say a dude says, yo, you're not qualified, right? Or I don't want you. Just because you feel like, yo, I look good or all these dudes want me. That's how you get put in a situation where you can end up getting used and broken because you never chose to listen. What? The first time. You're not my style or you're not what it is that I'm looking for. So I can easily toy with you and do whatever it is that I want with you. Because why? You want my time. If you want my time, that means what? The ball is in my court. These are things people got to understand, dog. Being delusional is choosing to overlook the obvious that's in front of you. So if a person says, yo, I'm a good person or I'm this, that, and the third, actions speak louder than words. You can pretty much be able to look in front of a female or a dude and be like, I think this person's BSing, dog. Or you just trying to play the good girl or the good guy role because you know you ain't shit. There are people who are like this. That's why in life you got to understand that living in delusion is dangerous. Not having proper street smarts or not knowing how to read a room is going to put you in a screwed up predicament. Because why? There are some people who out here, they think with the little head instead of the big one. I'm not perfect. I've done that before. But what I'm trying to tell you is, if you're delusional as in, yo, a girl told you, yo, I don't like you, or a dude told you, I don't like you, but you feel like, man, I got money, or I could do this, or I could do that, she'll change for me. You're going to put up with way more than what it is that you would have intended to, as a part to somebody who they're not your type of time, but they're pretty cool. You got them strict, like, I don't accept that, I don't accept that. You're going to be willing to accept more things from a person that probably isn't on your time because you're delusional and oblivious to the fact that you probably weren't who they would generally go for in the first place. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of things to learn from being delusional, dog. Last one. The longer you live in a delusion is the longer that you have an opportunity to lose your identity. You ever mess with somebody before to the point where it's like you've been there so long you forgot about yourself, or you forgot who you are, or the things that you used to do, or the things that made you you or made you whole? It's because you've been living in a delusional state in this false world, and you've put so much time and effort spending time there in that world that you forgot all about your world and the world that you built for yourself. It's like damn near, like it says, a loss of identity. You got to spend time to try and find back yourself or gather yourself. Or you ever heard people say getting back to the old me? Because some people, they went off and abandoned their original self to go get whatever it is that they want from somebody, either because they were blinded by looks, a facade that was presented to them. It doesn't really matter, dog. All you got to really understand is that this in life, the more you choose to be delusional is the more you're going to pay for it when you wake up, if that makes sense to you. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to be in a state where you leave out of this little heaven that you created for yourself. Especially if it's a false heaven. You're going to be sick. You feel me? And matter of fact, one more. When you stay in these places that you're not supposed to, you're going to have a difficulty moving on, bro. Because honestly, if you've gotten what it is that you wanted, whether a job, a woman, a dude, a situation, whatever, things are now in your favor, you're not going to really be in a rush to get up out of that because you really got something that you really wanted. It may not be what you needed, but it's something that you wanted. And now you're going to stay there because guess what? I'm in where it is that I need to be. And because love can be so blinding, you'll put up with this whole facade that a person gave to you and stay stuck in your mind choosing to be what? Delusional to the evidence and the red flags that they put in front of you, dog. The best thing I could ever tell you is that in life, pay attention and take the blinders off, bro. Whatever a person shows to you or presents to you in your face, go with that. Never listen to what a person says, bro. Remember the famous rules and laws. Actions speak louder than words. A person saying, yo, I love you has nothing compared to the body language that they show you. Love is an action. It's something that you can show. You feel me? It's not something you talk about. Oh, I love you, babe. Why do you love that person? Because they do the things it is that you want them to? You get what I'm saying? You got to stop and ask yourself. Remember the last video I dropped? Ask yourself why about certain things. Yo, why did this person do this or why? The more you ask yourself why and you spend time in solitude, is the more you have a higher chance of figuring out a lot of these answers. You feel me? With that being said, remember this. Words can help you. They can hurt you. But here on my channel, I can uplift you because everybody's a champion. Nobody's a loser, man. 444 the world, man. Just remember this, bro. Sometimes we can want certain things that may not be the best thing for us. Just go after what it is that you need and not the things that you want. Because sometimes the thing that you end up wanting may not be what you need, and that can end up screwing you. You feel me? 444 the world, man. Peace.